Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a substantially delayed episode of The Long Dark. YouTube decided it was going to be really difficult again for some reason. Well, not necessarily YouTube. It actually could have been a restream causing the problem. Hang on a second. Just going to update. I'm just going to update a couple of things. Oh, I hate it when YouTube does this. But at least I can get the playlists right. And no, it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that half my streaming stuff is now on a completely different computer. It can't possibly be anything to do with that, can it? Right. Okay. These seem to be good there. Restream is convinced I am working. I can get rid of that. Twitch appears to be working, which is nice. Right. Where were we? So yeah, let me just give everyone a brief update. Because I was expecting delivery from DPD this morning, it happened to coincide with right in the middle of when I would be streaming. And my paranoia kicked in because they attempted, they say, to do the delivery on Friday, except they never rang the doorbell. Just updated the status with a picture of the front door, but I'm pretty darn certain they never even tried to contact me. So when I found out what the delivery slot was, which was right in the middle of when I would have been streaming, I decided to basically camp out at my front door and wait for them. And then they were late. But anyway. So everything got a little bit frantic, I'm afraid. The good news is, well, I'll go into the good news in a bit. So where were we? Last we were with Astrid. We just came off a gunfight with a pack of wolves near the main hangar in the Forsaken Airfield. We are essentially waiting for decent weather so that she can head off across the ice and snow a significant different distance to Drift Island is where we're heading. That is not a fun trip, by the way. Done it a few times. Why am I stinky? And way overladen and extremely cold. Okay, there must be a blizzard outside. What am I carrying? Why am I carrying all that food? Oh, I'm carrying a rabbit as well. I forgot about the rabbits. What's the weather like outside? I think it was unpleasant, wasn't it? No, it's not that unpleasant. I mean, it's cold. It's really cold. All right, let's at least grab some wolf. There's about 4 dead wolves over there, and it is honestly, yeah, a bit late to be doing things with them. If I'm still here, I will. Oh, no wonder. Hang on a second. Forgot I was carrying 6 liters of water, which strikes me as being somewhat excessive. Ah, right. What am I carrying that is so heavy? Don't let me forget the woodworking tools. I'm going to need those. I can tell you it feels very strange running the long dark in the evening. It doesn't feel like evening now. It feels like I'm doing this at 9 a.m. in the morning because that's what I'm used to doing. Yeah, it's been a busy day. Oh no, I mean it's I just hoped that I would have a quiet weekend to get things set up, and that did not happen. What am I carrying that's so heavy apart from a rabbit? Oh. Oh yes, I found quality tools. I'd forgotten about that. Alright. Alright, now I am curious. What am I carrying that's so heavy? Well, that doesn't help. I am genuine. Oh no, no. Okay, the reason everything is so weighs so much is yes, I'm carrying. Can't drop that, but that's all right. May I recommend not being a computer geek? It means you end up doing things which are complicated and arguably unnecessary. Thing is, I don't need the quality tools, do I? Do I need the quality tools? The good news is I did get everything set up so I could do an experimental live stream this afternoon. just for, what was it, 13 minutes, which demonstrated that that little M4 Mac Mini I got, absolute baseline model, yep, that will happily stream at 60 frames a second, which is nice to have confirmed. I'm going to, the interesting thing is, my two side monitors are technically 4K monitors. Now, I don't recommend a 27-inch 4K monitor. And my previous graphics card, which was a 7800 XT, could see them as that and work with them. The drivers for the 9070 won't do that. It doesn't see that it's capable of 4K, but the Mac does. So that means I am going to have to try streaming at 4K 60 Hz. Because of course I am.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
I'm going to drop. This is irritating me. I'm not giving this up, per se. But it is weighing me down. Ah, look at that. That's better. Yeah, I was carrying 5 kilos of meat. Ah. Oh, it's very cold out here. It is bitterly cold. I think I've got enough time to harvest a wolf if I can find one. Where was I shooting them from? I was shooting them from over here, wasn't I? Wasn't I? Oh no, was it here? I can still hear wolves out there. Oh, there we are. No, that's
I'll take it.
That's a rabbit. Where did all the wolf carcasses go? I am confuzzled. I could have sworn I had some of them drop dead in a very convenient fashion. Huh. Did they all just run off? I think they must have done after I went into the... But the rabbit didn't. Blooming cheek. Oh, that's awkward, because I was kind of hoping if I was stuck here for a while, I could eat them. But... please don't tell me this is going to turn into an episode like the last one. For those who missed that, I basically got very lucky, had to move because I was running out of food. I actually was eating porridge all night. And then in the morning had to head off in the hope that I would find food, which I did. It was not a good time. So I need to get out of here as fast as possible.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Because I've pretty much found all the food that there is to have. But some progress was made today. You can't tell. If anybody who was familiar with my setup was looking at this, they would think, oh, nothing much has changed. But in fact, and I can't really show you, but this monitor over here, which is showing chat and other bits. Good afternoon, chat. That's not actually my Linux system. That's the Mac, which is and believe. How are you doing, Chad? Believe it or not, handing off stuff to the second computer, third computer, depending on how you're calculating it, actually makes a difference. It not a huge difference, but a little bit. It saves a bit. It saves an observable amount on the GPU and the CPU. Oh, okay, that was. Which is the whole point of this. Oh, I'm glad you're better than yesterday. On a purely geek note, what I don't know if people realize this, but running more than one monitor does cost you in terms of your GPU. 3 monitors not doing anything can use 5% of your GPU, which is frame rate.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Ah, well, the weather improved. Yeah, improved a little bit. You're kidding me.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
Anybody else want to have a go? You know, I've got the gun. I hope that was the last of the pack. I thought I'd shot them all. Well, he's dead.
Take a fire. Take a hot fire. Yeah. I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, great. Wonderful. I left it too long, didn't I? And I left the flashlight upstairs. Ah, because of course I did. Um, I almost never use the marine flares, so so what we need is a nice, clear, warm day. That is what we need. Now, warm, of course, is relative. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Cross fingers. So, you know what? I am debating leaving the woodworking tools here. No, I'll take them with me. I'll take them with me. I'm not on this occasion. Oh, grief, I ought to take the salt. Oh, there's so much I ought to take. I do not feel like taking 10 kilograms of salt across the ice. I really do not. Well, because I won't have salt at the other end.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And unfortunately, it's a great day for this. If it is absolutely freezing. Well, I picked them up anyway, so. I think last time I was here, I ended up picking up the coming back for the salt, didn't I? I'm pretty certain I did. But given that I'm going to be carrying so much, I don't want to be too overladen. Right now I can run. Okay, so what do we want to take? The woodworking tools, water, food I'll pick up outside. What can I leave behind? I need that. I need that. I can drop that. Am I wearing this? Nope. I am not wearing... Right, that should help.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Well, the quality tools. What can I... What can I safely drop? The answer... Oh, I can drop those. I don't even... And that, because I never use that. Why would I use that when I have a revolver? Oh. I can drop that too. I think I can get maple saplings on the other end. Here's something to worry about. My scurvy risk is through the roof. But if I get to where I'm going, that won't be a problem. I can fix that. Right.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
And yeah, I know it's extremely cold. I'm going to make some distance. Well, I can still see where I'm going. I can pick up cattails on the way, as a matter of fact, which will help. All I've got to do is go in the right direction. Now, if I remember, I should be heading this way. There's a hut. Hang on. Now I'm slightly turned round. It is this way, isn't it? Yeah. And we head for those trees over there. So we'll warm up here.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
I don't even have a rifle. There's more quality tools here. Can you believe it? There's more quality tools right here. You're kidding me. Yeah. Oh, shit.
I think I can use this. I can barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah. It is a questionable decision I am making right now. That's where I'm headed. I'm going to try and get to the final approach. And you're not going to let me climb up here, are you? No. Yes, you are. Come on. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Last. No. I haven't been anywhere near Ash Canyon.
That didn't work.
Bit difficult to look for something when I haven't even been there. Come on. Let me climb up here. There we go. I was just wondering, why is it so cold? And then I realized, of course, last time I was here, it was Voyager, not Interloper. Of course Interloper's colder, isn't it? You know, I think I've said it before. No matter how well you know an area, no matter how well you think you know an area, and I do know this area moderately well, you always start second guessing yourself. I hope the moose hasn't spawned. There's a moose in this area, apparently. I've never seen it. But apparently there is one. And
I hate being cold, because I really do.
in principle, once I negotiate this, if I climb up here, I should see the helicopter. Sorry. Huh. I had no idea this was here.
Best be prepared for anything.
That's a useful place to think about. I had no idea there was a cave there, which is slightly terrifying. 'Cause, yeah, there we go. That's where we're headed. And this is the point at which we hope that nothing untoward occurs. Yeah, wolves over that way.
I'm too cold to think.
But you can see why this is a good little place. I'm already warming up. Now, like I say, you can light a fire in here. I had not envisaged that it would be quite that rough, to be honest with you. I should have guessed. Which is why it really helps. And as you can see, we've got the scurvy risk down somewhat. Like I say, there is a bear in this region.
So cold.
On a good day with a following wind, you can actually see him. Sorry about that. Which one? I've got 227 and 134. No, I have 3 monitors that I am using as we sit here. Hey, Chris.
Gotta warm up somehow.
Oh, so it goes 27 inch, 34, 34, 27 inch.
Gold. No life.
So the widescreen you're looking at now is a 34 inch. And then I monitor everything on the other 2. And here is one reason to really love this place. I can light a fire. Oh, you're really reaching into my past, aren't you? uh, you're trying to make me feel like an old man, aren't you? Well, it's too late. I'm already an old man. Excuse me a moment. See if I can remember how you climb up this thing. Because I know you. Here we go. Huh. And now the weather's warmed up. Either that. Oh, I'm near a fire, aren't I? Of course. Yeah, like I say, sometimes you can see the... There's the bear. There's 2 bears. Oh no, they're wolves. No, sorry, they're wolves. Ah, now in trouble. I thought there were. I thought it was 2 bears. Oh grief! This is. That was unexpected.
The sun is setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
Yeah, I know. And if I can get these 3 wolves, it will make things a little bit safer. That was disturbing. Somewhat. Last time I was here, that didn't happen. So for half a second, I thought there were 2 bears. I mean, I saw that and I thought, it's a bear. It's 2 of them. Then no, it's a wolf. 2 bears in close company like that is practically unheard of, I imagine. Well, the good news is... Thank you for the music. It's crazy, isn't it? Freezing cold out here, and yet... not in here. Haha. Oh, drat. I just realized the bed warmth bonus was going down there. It's not so warm in here. Oh, brother. Well, that's why we have firewood.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Now that sucks. Welcome to being out on the ice in the Forsaken Airfield. This is almost as bad as I think. I've had worse. I mean, let's be honest, yeah. I've certainly had worse experiences. Do you remember Byte magazine, Chris? Hey, look at that. I've healed my scurvy. Hey, Zenlenis. You find me doing something which is working out far worse than I expected, but it's following the same script as the last time I made this trip. Oh, with the exception of the gunfight with the wolves. Yeah. Always seems to be the case, doesn't it? Every time you set out across the Forsaken Airfield, you run into blizzards. The slightly good news is, if I go straight that way, there's wood. The bad news is, if I go that way, there's wolves. Well, 2 of them at least. Well, how about that? Now all I have to do is survive the remainder of the trip.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
And what I do not want to have happen come on, up you get. then a lot of people would probably die. Okay, there are the wolves over there. I need to head. Oh, grief. That way. Yeah, that way. And if I do it right now, I'll freeze to death. Don't worry, I'm not this. Oh, do you know what? I might be worth just going for it. Did I pick up my cans? What do we reckon, people? Very tempted to just drop that. Let's make ourselves as non-stinky as I can. I'm going the wrong way. Am I going the wrong way? Hang on a second. No, it's not that way, is it? No, there's the... Great. Have I got myself all turned around? There's the airfield, so I need to head this way, don't I? I hope I need to head this way. It would be most disconcerting if I found out I'm going completely the wrong direction. I am going the wrong way. Am I? I mean, that should be Drift Island right over there. That's the wrong way. Hang on. That's the airfield. Oh, I think I'm right. Yes, of course I'm right. There's the ocean. There's the lake. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, because I once spent an uncomfortable time in just over here in the middle of a blizzard again. Like I say, there is a bear in this area. In fact, there's two. There's one off over that way. He actually comes into this general sort of area. And then once we get to the ice and we see the float plane, that is the location of another one. There's deer.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Stop complaining. Where's the float plane? Should be able to see it. There it is. There's the float plane. We're almost here. We're almost there. So the other wolf, bear I mean, is off to my, this area over here. In fact, that bear becomes my main source of food. But the good news is we are almost there in relative terms. Make sure nobody's following us. I would hate to do this trip on interloper. I don't know what's over there. I'm not going to find out. But once we can get to Drift Island, we are in a much, much better position. Blizzards or no blizzards. In fact, if I recall correctly, if you line yourself up on the wing of that float plane and just follow it, you pretty much end up straight where you need to go. I'm not going to check it out now. We'll come back later for that. The next major concern, once we get past this area, where is that bear? Yeah, the next major concern. Oh, there it is. Off to my left. And there's a wolf. Or is it a deer? Yeah, it's a deer. What I'm looking for now is the way up. Ah, it's around the island. Yeah. So this is Drift Island. This is what I've... At least I think it's Drift Island. I hope it is. This is where I've come so far to get to. And the good news is, if I just follow the coaster line... Yeah, coaster around... I should be safe. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to go straight past these birch saplings. Because, yeah. You would think the number of times I've made this trip it would be second nature. But it's been a few months. in real life. So and there is, I think that's the fishing hut. No, no, it's not. 2 fishing huts in this area. And a bunch of wolves. In fact, I think I can see one over there. The good news is, in Voyager at least, there are no toothy animals. Yeah, there's the fishing hut. Yeah, there are no toothy animals on the island itself. The bad news is there are wolves on the way to both fishing huts. There's the hut. There's the place we're headed. Yeah, you can see 4 wolves over there. And this is the way up. Obviously, getting a travois up here is a minor pain. But you can go around the other side of the island and get up that way. You just have to make a mental note to shoot the wolf every couple of days. Yeah. Of course, I'll probably... Oh, there's... Let's see, what else is there? What is there on this island? There's ptarmigan. There's rabbits. I think there's somebody's snow shelter. There's normally rabbits here. And there is a workbench. Yeah. There is stuff here. Yeah. I would have been most irritated had I come here and there would have been another set of quality tools. I ought to leave one set of quality tools here, but I'll probably forget to pick them up. Let's see. We got potatoes, sardines, a little bed, home sweet home, water, pinnacle peaches. We have a little stove. And of course, I haven't got the rifle with me, have I? And look at this. We have a nice view of the lake. Not as good a view as you get from over there, but it is a nice view. There's our wabbits. Yeah, the door auto closes. There's a ptarmigan nest over that way. There's another fishing hut over that way. What I'm going to do is go to the toilet and we shall loot this place. Fairly shortly. And actually the tomato soup and the pinnacle peaches are helpful. And I forgot about the survival bow.
Best be prepared for anything.
Huh. I don't need to make a bow. I've got a spare. How about that? Right. I will be back in a couple of minutes. See you then. Right, and as you might have gathered, I am back. I do hope everybody has given their respective fur babies a hug. How is Misfit? Right, let us start searching. This is going to be home for a while. And I've probably got to do a mad dash and get the salt at some point. We can still eat the potatoes. Sardines. We have food for a bit. One of our first things we're going to do is fishing. That should be fun. What was I looking for here?
Oh, lucky day.
You've already got a hacksaw. The only downside to this, of course, is that if you want to make anything substantial, yeah, you're basically out in the open. Do you remember what I said about wolves not being on the island? I think I was wrong. Because that sounded remarkably like a rabbit being munched on. By a wolf. And it is on the island. It's on the island. Well, this is both good and bad. Huh. Where is it? It should be. Sounds like it's over here. There's a deer carcass over there. I don't remember being a thing. Oh. I don't remember that. Yep, well, this is new for me. I think I might have hit it. That looks like blood trail. And this place just got a little bit more interesting. No, that's not a blood trail. Well, we aren't as safe as I hoped. And I can tell you, it is somewhat disconcerting. I was more or less counting on this place being a secure haven. And it is no longer a secure haven. And that is the ptarmigan. I think it's a dead ptarmigan. Yeah.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
No, it's not. He ate it. Oh well. Could be worse. I was here after the wildlife update. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I was here after the wildlife update. I have a suspicion it's simply that it is now Stalker, so therefore, yeah, there is more stuff here. There always was a wolf in that direction. I'm gonna have to hunt them down at some point. Hey, but look on the bright side. I made it. I got here. Yeah, that is not my... Oh, there's the rabbit. Oh, wow. Went after 2 rabbits. Well, we are definitely going to have an experience here. Yeah, it ate it.
This'll come in handy.
Wow, those wolves cleared out 1 rabbit patch, which is the one behind me, and made inroads on the ptarmigans. That's not very nice of them. And somehow I get the feeling hanging around out here is not my best move. I have cooked more bear in this region than I care to remember. Oh, hello, penguins, a tater tot. Are you really a tater tot? And are you actually a penguin? How do I like it? Well, let's put it this way. It's been the mainstay of my streaming activities for over a year. Hang on, I could probably tell you how. Let's see. I have 118 videos in Stalker difficulty for starters, and the great thing about having all this on the second computer is I don't have to interfere with the computer. Where's Voyager? Can't find my own. Now I can't find my own playlist. So yeah, I better like it. Otherwise, I have done a remarkable job. Ah, yeah, and I've got 154 views in Voyager difficulty, plus a handful attempting to do Interloper. So yes.
Surrounded by snow and nothing to drink.
There is a lot to learn. I have been playing the game, yeah, as I said. I have 672 hours in the game. Now, compared with others, that is nothing. Now, I'm still learning stuff. So yeah, it is a surprisingly deep game. It is not fast-paced. If you do try to do anything quickly, you will probably end up dead. In fact, you could safely say if you try to do anything, you will probably end up dead. All right, let's start preparing some lunch. That's yeah. if you want the full experience, go back to the very first episode of my Voyager series and just start watching. Actually, don't do that. You'll be watching forever if you do that. Okay, so we have water, fortunately, because there's water in here. Oh, not much. Oh, thanks, guys. You just had to... do that to me, didn't you?
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
The spare survival bow's useful. I'd forgotten that that might be there. Anything else I can easily break down? Nope. There is more wood elsewhere, fortunately. I think the simple answer is they're all dead. If you play Wintermute, there are a handful of other survivors. It's nice. What am I looking to drop? Oh, yeah.
Come on, little fire. Man, if I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
Baked potatoes. Ah, I'd take a screenshot, but it never actually shows up well in thumbnails. It's too dark. So yeah, there's the road and the airfield over that way. I think, funnily enough, there is another light over here, but I never quite found out what it was. I just knew that it wasn't the cottage. Because, was it, I can't remember whether I actually spent the night in the float plane or in the snow shelter near the hunter's hide. But looking this way, you could see a light over there, and there's no lights in this cottage, so we know it's not the cottage. And I don't think there's any lights in the house over that way either, so I never did find out what that was. I would assume, Penguin, that the answer to your question is yeah, basically everybody just ended up dead because of the appalling conditions. Because why it is that you survived? Well, the idea is that you flew in and yeah, you keep finding bodies all over the place. But in fairly typical fashion, you, of course, seem to be uniquely equipped to survive. Well, anyway. Aliens. Did I... Oh, did I leave the rabbit outside? I must have done. There. Going to need to cook up a bunch of water tomorrow. I don't have a pot on me, so we're going to have to do it the hard way. I could light 2 fires outside and do it that way. Oh, great. Don't tell me we're going to have a blizzard pop up. Great. That does not look promising. Huh? On the other hand, well, I think I am actually going to bring this to a close. What with one thing and another, all I've eaten today so far is a sandwich, and my stomach is starting to think my throat has been cut. So I will return tomorrow with Vintage Story, and then the Long Dark at its more traditional time of 9 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So in just over 12 hours. And I discovered earlier I'm out of pasta, so I've got to go and get pasta. I hope that I don't have a resurgence of the YouTube problems that I experienced today. Today was a little bit more awkward than usual. And then tomorrow, I think we are going to head down and, yeah, get some fish. Shoot my way down to the fishing hut on that side. Grab some fish. Bring it back up here. And then at some point we will have to do a bear hunt. So I've actually got to clear the predators. Get some fish. Shoot a bear. Rinse and repeat. Set snares. I have it all to do. We are starting over, so to speak. So, hi. Hello, you from Finland. How are you doing? I'm afraid you've caught me right at the end. We've sort of reached a natural stopping point. So, how would you pronounce that? Ilikavari? The amusing thing is, in Vintage Story, I am in the process of freezing to death. So I have a suspicion that tomorrow we'll see Vintage Story come to an end. Because the character in that is worse prepared for the weather than either Mackenzie or Astrid here. I think that's that wolf down there. So we have I'm not sure if the word is an adventure. We have an experience coming up tomorrow. At least it isn't too cold up here. So, schedule will be up on the screen in a moment or two. I will be back in 8 hours. Thank you all very much for your patience today. I wasn't best pleased either with the way things turned out this morning. Circumstances and all that, and general paranoia on my part. Thank you all very much for watching. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe, or both. And I will see you all next time. Have a very good day.